Okay, welcome to Ghost Town Finds. As promised, a more thorough explanation of my shorts, which has garnered some folks. And I am a treasure hunter, as you have probably figured out. Now, what I treasure hunt is anything and everything. And I started getting into the Spanish Trail stuff when I moved here in the middle of nowhere in the desert in Utah. And I got into it because the trail comes right through here from Santa Fe to LA. In fact, where I am, it splits into two directions and then rejoins itself. So it's full of strange history that's quite old. This rock, which you're looking at, changed my life. It is the very first Spanish trail monument I've ever found in my life, on my own. Nobody told me where it was. Nobody knew about it. It's here off a river, and it's man-made. And you're like, well, how is it man-made? I mean, it's a rock, right? I get that. I understand. And it's actually fashioned from other rocks near the river, which have completely fallen off a cliff over here. And the rock sat there for a long time. And the old Spanish explorers came right up the river because they had to. There was no trails, there was no roads, there was no bridges. Rivers and ravines were the way they were traveling before they could really get the trails down. So, why would this rock that's split change my life? We know it's been man-altered. And we know this because they gave each other signs and themselves signs to be able to return to a spot. In a place with maps that were just general, barely drawn well because they'd come through for the first time, didn't really even understand the terrain they were in sometimes. They would leave themselves landmarkers. The reason why we know that this giant rock is the Spanish Trail landmark is because these giant ton boulders have been balanced on each other for a very, very long time on this stone that is also growing lichen with the split stones. So they marked this giant boulder, and they marked it with considerable effort for the time as well. So that was considerable effort to put that in there. Balance it so it wouldn't break, balance it so it would hold. So we know that they marked it for them. That was my primary discovery on how I knew this rock was special. Now, as we come around it, we can see that the Spanish Trail Monument rock was split 3 ways. It was split 3 ways with whatever mining equipment they had at the time. I'm not even sure what. I would imagine a giant drill, iron, and a hammer. It has handholds right here, across from it, right here. As you lean your body into the handholds, you sight the rock. And as you can see, we can point it right up into a far away ravine that it's pointing to. And we follow that line. That line takes us across the river and directly to a Spanish silver mine and a smelter right there. It's absolutely fantastic. And if we continue to follow that line, it takes us to some petroglyphs that I'm going to show you later on in this series. And if we continue to follow that line, it takes us to that ravine up on the mountain. And that ravine on the mountain is full of holes in the cliffs. You can bet I've been searching with a gold detector over and over and over. Now the notch that we're using to sight, the very notch in the front rock, is actually artificial as well. So after they broke this apart in 3 sections, marked it for themselves to come back to it, they had also marked this particular notch right here to cite exactly what we just saw. Now, why? Why was notching and V's with a point at the front so important to them? Because back then, all they had was their weapons to keep them alive. That was it. In fact, it was because they had a rifle in the first place, way back when, that they felt good enough to go into other strange lands and explore them and try to find new things. They knew that people with arrows and all sorts of things were going to be coming after them. But they felt strong enough that they, in their muskets and their rifles, to be able to venture forth. And they sighted their monuments, such as this one, using those methods, which was just brilliant to them because it was saving their lives. It was brilliant to them because they had the confidence, be it even misplaced a little, that they could travel into foreign lands, go into other people's living rooms and actually live through the experience and steal what they had, or just grab what they found. It's pretty neat. It shows a different perspective. Follow me in the series. I'm going to show you the line we're going to take it across. And we're going to go ahead and go up to the mine next and the smelter pot. And we'll continue from there. And I'll give you more explanations as we go. For those people that are going to be contacting me to learn actually how to do this stuff, yeah, there's going to be a small select group. And I'm going to teach people how to do this because I'm more interested in learning the history than anything else. Anyways, my name's Andrew. I'm with Ghost Town Finds. This is my channel. And I'm actually going to show people the Indiana Jones lifestyle that I actually try to live. Because I absolutely love it. And I hope you do too. Until we meet again. I'm Andrew. See ya.